Hi everybody, I'm Buck and this is The Power of Words. Today I'll be reading chapter 6 of my book, A Child Shall Rise, and the title of this chapter is Staying Alive. Again, this is chapter 6 of my book. If you haven't already listened to the first 5 chapters, I suggest you go back and listen to those first. So without further ado, chapter 6. William Blake stirred. Something had woken him from his exhaustion and dehydration-induced unconsciousness. With the little energy he had left in his depleted body, he raised his head off of the cold permasteel deck. He could hear something coming his way, but he was too weak to try to stand. With a shaky hand, William raised his blaster and pointed it in the general direction of whatever was approaching. After a few tense moments, he was greatly relieved to see a maintenance droid wheeling into view. The small droid rolled up to him and an access panel on its chassis slid open, revealing a long, narrow cylinder and several small brownish-colored cubes. Quickly grabbing the cylinder, William opened it and put it to his parched lips, feeling cool, clean water flow into his mouth. So good. Never thought water could taste so good. Picking up one of the cubes, he popped it in his mouth, then took another drink, letting the water help dissolve it. He had never liked the taste of nourishment cubes before, but he had never been this hungry. Turning back to the maintenance droid, William spoke. "Thank you, little friend. You don't know how much I needed that. You've rescued me and saved my life. If it wasn't for you, I'd be a goner. I think I'm going to call you Roscoe from now on." After eating 3 of the nourishment cubes and drinking all but a few mouthfuls of the water, William lay his head back down and closed his eyes. He was still very weak, but he was going to survive another day. 13 hours later, William awoke, feeling somewhat rested and stronger. He ate another nourishment cube and washed it down with the last of the water. At the droid recharging station, he saw 4 droids that all looked pretty much identical. "Hey, which one of you is Roscoe?" There was no reply, so William knew that Roscoe was off on a mission. He didn't know if that mission was conducting repair for the agency or following through on the new commands he had programmed into the droid. What he did know was that his basic needs for immediate survival had been met, and all things going well would continue to be met. "I've already made it longer than I thought I would, and definitely a whole lot longer than I would have if I was still in the operational areas of the agency. Now it's time to think of more than just surviving. Time to figure out how I'm going to get out of here. I was only familiar with limited areas I was granted access to, but when Roscoe gets back, maybe I can get him to patch into the main frame and bring up some schematics on this place. It's not like I have anything better to do anyway." 43 minutes later, Roscoe wheeled into the recharging room, bringing with him more water and nourishment cubes. William immediately began making more program additions to the droid, being careful to not alter any of Roscoe's current programs, which would likely alert others that the droid had been tampered with. When there was need for maintenance, Roscoe's primary commands would kick in and the droid would function as it was originally intended. However, when there was no such need, William's programs hidden within the droid's subroutines would take over. A thought occurred to William that made him smile. "If I ever get out of here, I'll have to send a communique to Director Smythe, thanking him for all the programming training I've received here at the agency over the years." More than 2 hours later, William finished the latest program additions on Roscoe, and the droid connected itself back to the recharging station. While charging, Roscoe would be tapping into the mainframe, pulling up schematics, and searching for key information that would aid William in his escape plan. William sat back, resting against a support column, while drinking water and eating another nourishment cube. This one tasted like rotted rygor meat mixed with fermented chlora sprouts. But it was food, and William wasn't complaining. And that's chapter 6 for Child Shall Rise, and very soon I'll post chapter 7. Thank you for watching The Power of Words. I'm Buck. Have a great day.